Today we're going to do the SCUBA mod on the 2012 Toyota FJ Cruiser. Here's a bunch of the parts you're going to need. You're going to need some kind of fuel line with a 1/4 inch inside diameter. You're going to need some hose clamps. And here's the big one you need. This part from Toyota. There's the part number. It's for a Camry. You take out the breather in the rear diff, thread that piece in, some thread sealant, something to keep the water out, and we're relocating the breather for the e-locker and the rear diff up higher in the vehicle for water crossings, things of that nature. Some people route it up into the gas cap, into the jack compartment in the rear. We're bringing it up into the engine compartment, and we're going to use this crankcase vent filter. And you're going to need a bunch of miscellaneous T's and Y's. In the back, you're going to use a T to connect the tubes for the e-locker and the rear diff. All right, let's get into it. All right, we're starting in the front. Now this is a right-hand drive model. Here's our line that we're snaking down in there. Choose a path, obviously, away from any moving parts, anything that's going to be hot. No brainer, right? Now, luckily, looks like we're coming out in a good place down here. As we're snaking it out, we're getting it down by the frame so we can zip tie it to the frame and get it back to the rear where we need it. Okay, so we're snaking that line down through. We're away from any moving parts. We came out right down here. I'll show you from underneath. Next to the body mount. And we're going to pull that down and zip tie it to the frame as we go along. Do a nice, neat, tidy job. Sorry for the rough quality video. Some tight spots under here. Okay, up in the engine bay, we're going to use this to connect this breather filter to the hose. All right, we got this configuration going. This filter says it'll take 3/8 to 1/2 inch fitting up in there. It comes with its own hose clamp. The 1/2 inch is kind of a tough fit. I'd recommend going 3/8, and you got to kick it down to 1/4 inch to go into your fuel line. And there you go. We'll get that installed up in the engine compartment. All right, we got that into the fuel line. Use some Teflon tape. Guess it's the right thing to do. Hose clamp, and we're going to get it zip tied in somewhere around there. All right, we got that all situated. Used 2 cable ties in kind of a cross configuration. Hold it vertical. Got the hose routed in a good place. All right, we're getting this zip tied to the frame. We'll tighten that up later, trim them off. Okay, there's the factory breather for the e-locker. We got the hose routed back here. It's a little tight, I'm working on the ground. And then here's the factory breather for the diff. Okay, there's the factory breather on the diff from Toyota. It's this funky little metal cap with a ball in there, I guess, from what I've read, and it's just sitting on the kind of the top of the diff, fairly low if you're doing water crossings. I blasted that with some WD-40, let it soak in, use whatever penetrating solvent you want to break stuff loose, and cleaned it up with a rag and everything before I started messing with it so you don't get debris falling in there. I got it loosened up with the wrench, and you take it out. There you go, that's what it looks like. All right, there's the part from Toyota. I showed you the part number previously. Gonna put some thread sealing in there, get that threaded into the top of the diff. We got the thread sealing on there. That's a 10 millimeter deep socket wrench, whatever you want to put on it. Give it a few ugga-dugs. All right, that's for the E-locker. Pop that out of its little clip. Pull that out, comes out real easy. Okay, so you got that T. You got the line we routed from the breather in the hood. Connect the hose from the E-locker. It's a barb T, quarter inch, 1/8 inch. All right, we got that T tied in. This one here is going to go to the diff. This little hose existing goes to the E-locker. And there you have it. Okay, that's all tied in. Some zip ties, hose clamps. And here's where it ties into the top of the diff. All right, there you have it. Okay, that part of the SCUBA mod is complete. There's two more up front near the firewall that I'm not going to mess with this go around. And there you go. There's the parts. Part number from Toyota. And the two breathers that were replaced. New breather up high in the engine compartment. There's the other two in the front. I was wrong from what I'd read. They were like above the transmission near the firewall, really difficult to reach. That's probably on older FJs. This 2012 and originally in Japan, right-hand drive, and now it's here in New Zealand. Okay, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Thank you.